Hey everyone, this is Danielle at Tempesta, and today I wanted to talk to you about avoidance, which unfortunately is something that all of us engage in. It's so human. We really can't help it oftentimes because we do it to protect ourselves, to keep ourselves safe. But the truth is that it really doesn't protect us. In fact, it often creates the exact situation that we're trying to avoid. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. When we try to avoid discomfort, we create more discomfort for ourselves. And this is something that I talk with my clients about all the time. It's something that I've dealt with and experienced personally. And I wanted to share some examples with you that might sound familiar or at least might allow you to think about how avoidance is playing a role in your life. So one thing that I see come up so frequently is that in an attempt to avoid looking incompetent or incapable or dumb at work, people will do one of a few things. They'll either take on more work than they can handle, or they will fail to ask for help on something that they need help with, or even just fail to ask a question about something because they're afraid of looking like they don't know what they're doing or they can't handle it, they're not capable in some way. And so they say, well, I don't want to show that potentially to people, so I'm just not going to mention anything or ask for help. But instead, what happens oftentimes is that because the person didn't get the help or they took on too much, something falls through the cracks. The project is late or a mistake is made. And now the person does actually look like potentially maybe they can't handle it or they're not capable. And so in an attempt to avoid that, the person actually created that situation. In an attempt to avoid the discomfort of feeling dumb when asking a question, we create a situation where people wonder, hey, I wonder if that person can really handle the work. And we can see how this is really a self-fulfilling prophecy. Another situation that comes up so often has to do with the fear of disappointing people. And if we feel uncomfortable letting people down, we will oftentimes avoid it. When someone asks us to do something or do something for them, instead of saying no, we'll say yes, because we don't want to let the person down. And perhaps we don't have time to do it or we just don't feel like it. And we really would rather say no, but instead we say yes. And then later on down the line, at the last second, we bail or we say, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to do it. And the person is even more disappointed because they had an expectation. They had an expectation that you were going to show up for them or that you guys were going to get to spend time together, you were going to help them. And now they're let down and they're far more disappointed and probably upset than they would have been if you had just said no on the front end. And this is one of those things where people can say, look, see, no, I can't let people down. I can't say no to people. I can't disappoint people. Look how upset they get at me. But the reason they're so upset is because of the way it was handled, because of the avoidance on the front end. So it's really not true that you can't disappoint people. It's really about doing it in a way that's more honest and isn't about avoidance. So I really encourage you to look at some areas of your life, do a little inventory of the things that you are avoiding and see if you might be willing to tolerate the discomfort of doing that thing you avoid on the front end in order to prevent creating more of it for yourself or creating more discomfort. I would love to hear what you're working on, and you are welcome to share it with me via email, on my Facebook, or on Twitter at Tempesta LCSW. I am wishing you the best of luck with tackling this avoidance, and I can't wait to hear from you.